Hey guys, I'm Mike. So excited to be joining you on this hike. If you haven't met my friend Eric right before me or right after me, he'll introduce himself. But I'm from the Charleston area. I've been working with the church here, doing probably about 9 hikes with them, and I'm just excited to get on another one. Each one is different, but they're all great. So I've been asked to give you a short intro to the meetings and a little bit about the book. If you haven't already been told, we'll have 4 main meetings after this intro meeting, and the structure of the meetings generally go with a gear brief that talks about the equipment that you'll need for this hike, a little bit about the trail, but we give you enough information to make sure that you have what you need, but if you're like me, like most men, you almost want to put way too much detail and thought and preparation for that. So we're going to make sure you have what you need, but we're going to not tell you so much so that you can spend all your time there. Because again, you got to trust us, trust the process that we've done this before. We will certainly be safe and lead you into what you need, but don't, even before this first true meeting, don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff. We'll lay out as part of those weeks of an explanation of the food, the gear, everything. So again, that'll be part of our meetings. Next will be a curriculum portion. Myself or somebody else there locally probably will go over a little bit of the book, which I'll do in a minute. And then also a breakout for your teams. We're either going to have 1 team or 2 teams, depending on some capacity issues we're working through. But there'll be a point of going over what you heard in that meeting, whether it be gear or the curriculum, and just getting to know the guys that you're about to hike with, which, again, you're going to know them very well by the time you're done. It is hard to describe, but it's almost like you've been in a small group for a couple of years, the way you just quickly get to know each other. So that is a very key aspect to this. But again, the structure of the meetings, we're going to do all of that, breaks out at the end. But yeah, so the curriculum that we're going to do is this book, Wild at Heart by John Eldredge. He's actually out there in Colorado with you guys. If you haven't heard of him before, he's definitely a great Christian author. He's got lots of books. I think this is probably his most famous one. But yeah, it is a chock-full book. This is a new version. The old one, I've got on my bookshelf out there that is just redlined. All the lines are quotable, it seems like. But yeah, let me just start with reading a little bit of the introduction for you to set this up. So again, this is intro. And he says, I know. I almost want to apologize. Dear Lord, do we really need another book for men? Nope. We need something else. We need permission. Permission to be what we are, men. Made in God's image, permission to live from the heart and not from the list of should and ought to that has left so many of us tired and bored. Most messages from men ultimately fail. The reason is simple. They ignore what is deep and true to a man's heart, his real passions, and simply try to shape him through various forms of pressure. Now, men need something else. They need a deeper understanding of why they long for adventures and battles and beauty. Again, that's the theme that'll come up in this book, is a battle to fight, a beauty to love, an adventure to live. But as you go through and read this book, and we'll give you assignments, reading assignments, if you will, before each of the meetings to just make sure that you've covered this. But what this will do is give you a base understanding that we're going to use some of the phrases in our discussions, and so you have to understand what they come from. The author's going to explain it. He's an easy read, but it's certainly powerful. So I would highly encourage you, this book. I don't know if you have it available there, but it's certainly Amazon, etc. There's even an audiobook version. I haven't done that because I like the physical version myself. But it is a very good book. There's themes that, again, that we want you to become comfortable with and aware of so that we can more quickly go through and discuss the topics in our breakout. But like, who am I? Do I have what it takes? The idea of where to go for that, where not to go for that, and what's the answer for that. So many good topics that are in this book. Again, it is very quotable. If you like it, like when you read a book like me, you got a red little mark on your hand. I mean, I just ended up using almost a mark, the full thing, because it was just all the lines were so good. So yeah, I highly encourage you to go on the hike with us. It's going to be good. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. I'm excited. Again, this is probably my 10th time or such. They're all a little bit different, but they are an amazing opportunity to sort of get away, focus, to discuss some of the contents of this book that really just helps you regain your heart. It's not a 7-step, what should you do to be a better man? It is questioning at a deeper level, questioning what is that dream that you had that you've sort of given up on? Well, why don't you have the energy there? So again, it is going to set your heart ablaze. God will set your heart ablaze by touching you in a new way to almost not quite get back your boyhood spirit mentality, but to kindle that a little bit, to say, hey, God, what is it that you've made me to do? What makes me excited? And God desires desperately to have that close, intimate relationship that is just one-to-one. So if you're just, slugging through every day, just finding it as drudgery, this is going to be a kickstart. So no doubt, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to meet you in person. I will be live during the other meetings that we have, meeting 1 through 4, again, every 2 weeks, and they'll give you more details, location there. But again, I can't recommend it enough. Again, I just came back from one. That's why I'm recording one. I'll actually be in the reunion, the meeting after the event for us here locally that I just led a team with. So otherwise, I'd be live discussing with you in that meeting. But again, I'm just excited to do this, and I'm already praising God in advance for what He's going to do. So if you can't tell, I'm ready. So again, thanks for having me. Look forward to meeting you in person.